Okay, so if you had to choose between only ever being able to vacation in mountainous areas or in big cities, which do you choose?
Are you gonna push back if my answer is different than yesterday?
No.
Okay.
So this question did come up yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was surprised by your answer.
Well, I said mountains yesterday. But I think I would say cities. Okay, that bird looked like it was coming straight for me. I said mountains yesterday for a couple of reasons. Because of some of the, just details of this trip. Because we hadn't had a whole lot of experiences on this trip other than, going and getting food and walking around. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, and I love that. The thing is, I also want to interact with other people a little bit more, and I think it was harder. It has been a little bit harder because of the language barrier, because we don't speak Spanish super well yet, and so the conversation is very limited. We can't really get to know people or hang out with people, and so that makes a big difference for me in the way that I experience a city, because some of my best memories from some of our vacations has been meeting people, interacting with people, getting to know new friends in other places. And so I said mountains just because whenever we're doing more of a mountain vacation, we're going on hikes every day, and there's just this calm that goes along with the quiet and things like that. And I don't need to have quiet on a vacation for it to be relaxing for me. It's just that if it's not quiet, I need to have people. So I guess that's
Layered.
Yeah. So, because I love being in a downtown area and seeing the way people live in a different country, just their patterns and rhythms, and the hours of the stores, and what people buy and what's available, and where they're all going and things like that, and the different art and culture and markets and all of those things. I love all of that stuff. So that puts cities for me a little bit higher, but then if I don't feel like I'm fully experiencing it, then I want mountains.
So what's the gap between where we are and experiencing it? How do you...
Meeting other people. So like I said, I would love to go to an asado and just hang out with people, because they have these essentially grill outs for steak, which is super famous here. And we haven't done that. And I think that would be a big thing for me to feel like we've really experienced Buenos Aires. The right way is to go do an asado with people.
Yeah.
So, what about you? Mountains or cities?
I think at this point it's definitely cities. I love being in the mountains, and that's why I think it's probably why we like places like Washington State so much, because you really do get mountains and you get people a lot in Washington. So, but just city overall, it's nice just because there's a lot of energy.
Especially in a big city like this, there's just so much that you can
Walk through and experience. I love walking around. So really it's just a win-win. And maybe I'm saying city because we're in one right now. And so it's hindsight, or not hindsight, it is recency biased. That's what I'm trying to think of. But
it's a good point about the walking around. That's one of my favorite parts about it too, is you can walk and find things as you walk that are nearby, and everything's right with you.
yeah, I think that's the thing, is no matter what we've done on vacations, we usually have a slight challenge, if that makes sense. It's camping, right? You're camping in places where there are bears and wolves, and it's hard to find a campsite sometimes, and things don't go well, and
Hard to find groceries.
all those little things.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a bit of a challenge, even if it's just an uncomfortableness. That's the challenge. Whereas here, it's the language barrier. And I think to what you said, of the thing that would make this even better is the people. And so, for my brain, I'm like, well, how do I do that? How do I meet people? I just start to ask them questions, and then so that's why knowing the language is so important. How do you fully be able to talk with someone if you don't know?
And to be clear, we have learned a pretty good amount of Spanish to just get by, but still not enough to really have any nuances in the conversation or anything like that. It's mostly just to survive. So it's, ordering things, buying things, asking where things are, answering quick, simple questions.
Yeah, it's really hard to get to know someone with just the simple back and forths, where you can't really understand their response to, what's it like growing up here? What has it been like living here? What is school like? The summer and the winter Flint, random things like that. You can't really understand that, but or how do you perceive people from America? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what do you see that kind of stuff? But
You mean from the States?
yeah, Estados Unidos.
We're in one of the Americas.
Correct. Yeah, but learn that too. See, that's it.